What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about testing with higher budgets. When is it a good time to test with higher budgets? Why do I test with higher budgets? Those types of questions I'm all going to answer in this video. So first off, I just want to say, if you're new to my channel, welcome, but let's just dive right into it. I usually start products off with $5 per day budgets. The reason why I do that is because it's enough to see whether the product is going to sell or optimize good. One question that you might have is once you start doing $5 per days, what's the best way, what's the best time to start introducing higher budgets? Because I know that if you've been scaling for a while, sometimes it's not like 100% guaranteed all the time that when you change from a 5 to a 10 it's going to work. And I actually see people losing a lot of money just because they keep trying to mess with their budgets and it's just not the right time yet, or they just don't have enough data, or whatever the reason is. There's a lot of, hearsay. Like, people don't really know exactly what to do because there's so many different opinions and so many different strategies. But I assume if you're watching this video, you're ready to get ready on my strategy. So I'll explain to you exactly what I do. Here's my mindset. You shouldn't force it. You don't need it, right? $5 per days are slow, but they're not that slow. Like, you can still grow very fast with $5 per days. I took a store from only doing like $100 a day with influencers, moved it over to Facebook ads, and took it to about $5,000 a day in sales. Profit was about $2,000 a day in just 30 days using $5 per day ad sets. So don't tell me that $5 per day ad sets are too slow, because I've scaled with them and I've scaled very quickly with them, and they're not slow. It's just about the way that you do it that makes it slow. Okay, so you don't need it. But honestly, when higher budgets work, like when you have 20 per days or 10 per days and they do good, it's good. Like, it's a damn good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it brings a lot of sales. It pushes more volume. The cost per purchase might be a little bit more, but that's okay because it pushes more volume, that sort of thing. So this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I introduce it. Basically, what I want you to understand is I'm the type of person that once I find something that works, I'll stick with that thing that works until the store is pretty consistent. And the main reason is because I want that solid foundation. And anything by the point when you have that solid foundation, anything new that you test is basically just reinvesting. It doesn't matter if it works or doesn't work, because you were able to focus on what did work in the beginning so that you can build that consistency, that good foundation. And then from there, you can start adding different layers to that foundation. And then you can start building, your empire that way. And this is pretty important because I see a lot of people, they get one sale on a campaign and they're just ready to go scale the hell out of it and test different budgets, different ad copies and stuff. But that's not the kind of person that I am. That's not how I grow stores. So basically, the first thing that I want you to understand is focus on what's working until you have a really solid foundation, until what you've been doing that has been working is being consistent, and you took full advantage of that. And then once you're consistently making profits, you just take that money and reinvest it into finding new things that work. And that would be a good time to start introducing higher budgets. If you start with $5 a day budgets, just like I do, if you start at $20 per day budgets, sometimes I do that, or if you start at $50 budgets, it doesn't matter what you start at, you're going to want to build out horizontally for a while and build your foundation with whatever you started with. You don't want to just start changing things like a madman in the beginning, because like I said, you want to focus on what works in the beginning because you want to take full advantage of that little bit of momentum that you have. You don't want to mess it up by trying to make it better, which I see that so often is people try to make things better, and in doing so, they actually make things worse. And it's stupid. It's because you're not listening to the right people. You don't have the right mindset with this stuff. But anyways, like I said, once you have your solid foundation, you're going to be making money every day automatically. It doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you're sitting on the beach in Miami, whatever, you're going to make the same amount of money because you have the solid foundation. You scaled horizontally. You took advantage of the first momentum that you had. But let's just say, you have that foundation and you're chilling now and you're ready to go quicker. You're ready to test different things. You're ready to see if you can maybe find something that could do a little bit better. Or maybe it does a little bit worse, but it's higher budget, so it pushes more volume. A good idea would be to take your top 5 ad sets, like let's say you have your multiple country campaign and it's doing good. Take your top 5 or 7 ad sets from that campaign, put them in a new campaign, set the budgets to $20 per day and give it a day or two and just see how it does. I've actually doubled or sometimes even tripled stores' sales just by taking them from doing 5 per day budgets up to doing 20 per day budgets. Now, obviously, just like I said, I wait until I build that solid foundation with the $5 budgets first. I like building that foundation so that I can build off of that later. You don't want to mess everything up in the beginning and then just be left with nothing. And of course, if $20 per day doesn't work, you're making profit every day. So technically, you're not losing money anymore. You're just reinvesting. Test $15 a day budgets next time. Test $17 a day budgets next time. Test $10 per day budgets. Whatever you can do to get some higher budgets to push some more volume. But obviously, like I said, there's no 100% way guaranteed to increase your budgets and have it work 100% of the time. It's kind of just like a testing thing. Like for me, I see $20 budgets performing the best. I've had some ad accounts where 20 per days do bad, but $50 budgets do really, really good. And I've seen some ad accounts where $5 do bad, but $7 do good. Like, it doesn't really make much sense to me, at least. Maybe it makes sense to you, but it doesn't to me. But it doesn't matter. And that's why when I say that once you find something that works, you want to stick with that and then build your foundation. Because if you don't build your foundation, once you have that little bit of momentum, you're going to lose your momentum and you're not going to be able to build that foundation anymore. So coming into the end of this video, I want to talk about don't get caught up in trying to make things better all the time. You want to, obviously you want to make things better. That's like your natural human thought process. Like you always want things to be better. You're profitable, but you could be more profitable, yada, yada, yada. But build your solid foundation. Like don't be so impatient to where you ruin something that could have worked and ended up really well just because you wanted to make it better. I've seen this happen so many times. And yes, trying to make things better, there's so many marketers out there that say like, oh, you should always split test. You should always test different things and that and that. And honestly, I just don't listen to that stuff because I've been there. It's not what you want to do. You want to build something that works, something that's going to be reliable and consistent and focus on that. And once you have that consistency, that's when you come in and say you want to split test different things. You want to reinvest your profits into finding something that could potentially work better. And, once you have a solid foundation, this is the answer to the question. Then you can test higher budgets. And that's a good time to test higher budgets. For one, you have your solid foundation. For two, you have enough pixel data for the ads to optimize good. And for three, you're just reinvesting your money. You're not really taking any money out of your own pocket. You're just kind of taking money from the business's profits and putting it into finding something that could potentially make you more money. So the benefit of waiting until you have that foundation is crucial to what has made my store successful. And waiting and building that foundation is very important to me. As for this video, I just talked about testing higher budgets and a little bit about just scaling a store in general. Some really good value points in this video. If you think it'll help you out, or if this does help you out, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot and it helps grow my channel. But as for this video, this is Noah Brewer and I'm out. Peace.